Hello and welcome to this video today. This is one of my self-discovery topic videos, and today I'm going to be talking to you about freedom, about being your whole self, so being able to be your complete self, your complete authentic self, and how we stop ourselves from being that. Okay, and I'm going to use an analogy of something that came up in a reading that I did for a client recently. It was so powerful, and I just found it so helpful to explain it and explain the ways in which we may protect ourselves and stop ourselves from being completely ourselves and experiencing life in the way that we want to experience it, experiencing freedom and joy and happiness completely in our lives, and how we stop ourselves from doing that. Okay, so there was an analogy that came up, or like a metaphor analogy that came up from a reading that I did for a client recently, and it was basically a bike. They showed me a bike with stabilisers on. Okay, and what I was talking mainly about masculine and feminine energies in the reading. If you don't know about masculine and feminine energies, they're just the energies that we all have within us, whether you're male or female. You all have masculine and feminine energies within you, and you need to kind of be in the most beneficial energy for you. So most women, not all women, but most women, you'll find that you need to be more in your feminine energies, which is about kind of relaxing, being nurturing, being compassionate, being empathic, being in the flow, being open, emotionally open, emotionally expressing yourself, gentle, nurturing, all of those nicer, like easy flowing energies. Okay, softer energies. And it's about being rather than doing. And then the masculine energies are the opposite. So they are doing, they are being planning, being structured, being organized, leading, kind of being in control, but not in a negative way. What else? Being decisive. Just all of those things. You can actually look this up. So if you look up masculine and feminine energies, you'll find it all on Google. That will give you all the information you need. Okay, but we all have these within us, because I'm sure that, you know, as a woman, you can do all these things. You can organize, you can plan, you can do all those things, and it helps you. You know, it's about being sort of more in your logical mind rather than going, you know, from your emotions and from your heart. But you also need that other side of you, and vice versa with the men as well. What you'll find is that men prefer to be in the masculine energy, but you do also need the softer side of you as well to be able to help you in relationships and in certain areas of your life. So this analogy came through, and it was mainly for my client, it was mainly about needing to open up more in terms of emotions, and to get in touch with your feminine energy more. Okay, because this will actually help you in relationships. But you might find that you are maybe needing help in your work life or your family life, or, you know, other areas of your life, and you might find that you're in the opposite energy to what you need to be in more. Okay, so you might find, as a woman, we find that we tend to go more into our masculine energy, and then we get burnt out, and we need to then rest, and we need to start receiving, because feminine energy is about receiving rather than giving so much. So a lot of women find that they tend to slip more into the masculine role when they need to slip more into the feminine role. And then a lot of men find that they're mostly in the masculine, and they find it hard to open up, you know, with their emotions and you know, soften a bit, and and to go into their feelings more and things like that. So we all need a balance. Okay, if you've got more than one, if you've got more of one of those energies, so if you've got, say, 90% masculine energy, you're going to need to open up to about sort of 20-30% of your feminine, okay, to give that balance. And then the opposite with the feminine, so you're going to want to open more up to your feminine energy and just have a little bit of the planning, structured, organized, all of that side, okay, to make you feel more balanced and to make you feel more like yourself. So this bike analogy was amazing. It was so good. So I'm just going to read my notes because I needed to get it right, make sure that I got everything in there. So imagine, so if you've got too much masculine energy, right, I'm going to use the so basically it's a bike with stabilizers. So imagine you're an adult, right, and you are on a bike with stabilizers. That sounds odd, but let's go with it, right? I actually went to my friend's last night, and her little boy was on a bike with stabilizers, and I was like, oh my god, like this reminds me of this, and I need to share it, because I was watching him and I was like, oh, like he's 5 years old, so you know he obviously needs those stabilizers. But when you're an adult, you don't need those stabilizers, okay? So imagine the bike with stabilizers, and the bike with stabilizers is you being too protective, okay? You're being too overly protective over yourself, over your life, okay? And you are kind of using that as protection, stability, structure. And what that is doing is it's actually protecting you from your fears, okay? So you've got the stabilizers on when you don't need them on, okay? You're being too much in your masculine energy. You're not opening up to the possibilities, or you know, and you're not opening up to your feelings, and you're not expressing yourself fully, and you're not allowing yourself to be completely free and be completely yourself, because you're not opening up into all of you, okay? And all of you means your feminine and your masculine energy. Okay, so you are protecting yourself against things that could go wrong. Okay, so if you think about it, when you've got stabilizers on the bike, they are keeping you safe. Okay, they are stopping you from falling off the bike. They are they mean that they make you feel more in control. Okay, and what else did I put here? Yeah, they're stopping you from things that could go wrong. Okay, so you've automatically, in a way, put those stabilizers there when they don't need to be there. Okay, obviously it's good to protect yourself from harm. It is good to keep yourself safe, and you know, it's not a bad thing. However, sometimes you don't need to have them on all the time. Okay, and especially when you're an adult, you don't really need stabilizers on a bike. So imagine the bike without stabilizers. Now, the bike without stabilizers, it gives you more freedom. It gives you more flexibility. It makes it a smoother ride, okay? It makes it an easier ride. It makes you feel like you're more in the flow, and there's more ease, okay? You can go faster. You can experience the whole, you can have the whole full experience of being on that bike and just being free and being able to go wherever you want and do, you know, ride wherever you want. And you're not forcing as much, you're not pushing as much, you feel more relaxed, okay? I think that's everything on there. So feel into that. Imagine yourself taking those stabilizers off and just feeling the whole experience, and that's what it's like when you step into your feminine energy, when you open up to your feminine energy, okay? So another thing that came to me when I was watching my friend's boy on his little bike last night, it was so cute. He was wobbling, and he was a little bit worried about, you know, getting stuck in mud, or like not being able to ride over certain parts of the road. And his mum had to help him now and again, you know. And I was just thinking, like, you know, if he fell, like, you know, sometimes you're going to wobble, okay, and sometimes you're going to fall. And if he fell, I was like, well, he'll just get back up, like, which, you know, he didn't fall, but, you know, he kept wobbling, and he got off the bike when he needed to, and then he got on it again, and you know, he was fine. And but I thought about, you know, sometimes you are going to fall off your bike, you are going to wobble. That's the same as when you open yourself up fully to your whole self, and if you're worried about expressing your fullness, you're expressing your feelings, or opening up to new opportunities or new experiences and new relationships, or things that you've been fearful of doing. When you open yourself up to that, of course you might fall, of course you might hurt yourself, but you, like a bike, you know, like riding a bike, you never forget how to ride a bike, and you still want to try again, okay? You still get back on the bike, hopefully. And you what else to say, you learn lessons from it, okay? So you learn what not to do next time. So don't like ride with your hands off the handles, or don't ride over certain terrains, or you know, whatever it is. okay, and use your brakes when you need to. Like, you have the choice, okay? You can choose how you ride that bike, okay? And also, so what I wrote here is bikes are kind of like, so bike with masculine and feminine energy. So the bike with both the masculine and the feminine energy working together, so bikes without stabilisers, is like representative of love, okay? So when you kind of putting those stabilisers on and you're keeping them on, you know, for protection and everything, that is coming from a fear energy. When you take those off and when you allow yourself to feel everything, that is love, okay? And my friend came up with this amazing thing last night. It just stuck with me. She said, you never lose the ability to love, okay? You have an infinite amount of love within you. And if someone takes that love away from you, if someone takes your love, they don't take it away from you. You always have it, okay? You always have it to give. And so you never lose the ability to love, and you never forget how to love, same as you never forget how to ride a bike, okay? So I absolutely love that, and I just found it just fitted in with this whole sort of analogy. So I hope that I've got everything in there. I probably have missed something really important, but I just wanted to share that, and I hope it made sense. Please do listen back to it and just take notes and just see if you can kind of pick up what the essence of this is, what the actual deep meaning of this is, because it might take a few goes for you to kind of let it sink in. But do put yourself in the feeling of both of those things. So imagine yourself on a bike with stabilizers, and imagine yourself on a bike without stabilizers, and just feel the difference and feel into what makes you feel really good, okay? And hopefully you'll see what I mean. So yeah, that is my little self-discovery topic today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.